This is a matchup we've been waiting for. Conference rivals who don't like each other very much, and heightened intensity here because both teams come in ranked in the top 10. Welcome to Notre Dame Stadium, the legendary home of the Fighting Irish. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on last season's national champions, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Hermstreet. Kirk, let's get this thing going. The Buckeyes will kick this away to get us going. Bringing it out, it's Smith. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Gets some blocks. Still going, it's a foot race. Touchdown, Irish. He will score.
You know, teams can go years without an opening kickoff return for a touchdown. It's very rare to start a game, but also the kind of start you dream about, especially when you can do it in front of this home crowd.
And the point after is good. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he steps out of bounds at the 15. That's where they'll start the drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Chris, this is what I'd love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
He'll take a deep shot. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down. Both teams sort of sparring in the early going. What we expect to be a really competitive top 10 showdown here mid-season.
Yeah, mid-season games like this are so exciting because you think you know who these teams are, and after today, we'll have a much better idea. The team that plays mistake-free is going to be able to get out of here with a win.
And the junior makes an outstanding catch.
Well, this is why this guy's one of the top wide receivers in college football. It's third down. The defense knows you're probably going to go to him, and they still can't stop him from coming down with a big play.
The Buckeyes with 1st and 10 here. They keep him off balance for the run. Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss on the play. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Looking deep downfield to the left, and it's hauled in. What a catch. They make the tackle, but not before he reaches the 37.
You got to be careful of creating one-on-one opportunities against this offense. You start to get your safeties down a little bit close to the line of scrimmage, you're going to create one-on-one chances, and this quarterback is good enough to make you pay for it.
Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Another positive run on 1st and 10. You know, it's early on in this drive, but this defense has not shown the ability to stop the run. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I just keep running the football until they prove they can stop it.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field.
Well, it's a beautiful run here for the 1st down, really living up to that reputation of the great backs that they've had over the years. Think about Archie Griffin and Eddie George, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, just so many great backs. We're seeing another one right here.
He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around.
Great patience here, great execution by the entire offense. The quarterback kind of baits the defense towards him, drops it off to the back, and he's got a convoy in front of him for a nice 1st down.
Nowhere to run up the middle.
That's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Makes the catch. Can he get in? Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
That's a good job by this offense getting positive yards here on this 3rd and goal, but now they're facing 4th and goal. Big decision on whether or not to settle for the field goal to at least get some points or roll the dice and try to get this ball into the end zone on 4th down.
The pass ball is incomplete. A big 4th down stop for this defense.
Interesting call here early, showing that they're coming in with an aggressive mindset, but they come up short of the 1st down.
Handoff from the shotgun. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. There's the handoff. He shreds the tackle. Picks up a short gain, but is swarmed by the defense flying to the football.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the 1st down.
Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. Punt over the middle. It's Young. Muscles past the defender. Breaks clear over the right side. Can they chase him down? Inside the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Chris, how dangerous is this offense? Well, of course, you know about the receivers.
It's blocked. It's picked up by the defense. A live ball. Can they run it all the way back? So after his PAT was blocked, the kicker is out there again to boot it away. He'll return it from inside the 5. Excellent work by the coverage team. He's brought down after just a short return. Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13. He'll hand it off. Runs through the defender. He's tackled just short of the 20-yard line.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play act.
He's going for a big play downfield. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, anytime you defend this kind of offense, you need defensive backs who are really comfortable in defending the ball being thrown downfield. It's not just the short to intermediate throws. It's the deep shots that they're willing to take. I love how he showed patience here before he knocked the ball away.
To the air. It's St. Clair. Grab down the middle. It's Rogers. Brought down at the 28, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Breaking free at midfield. He runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Buckeyes are on the move here. Looking to throw it on 1st down. With the catch, it's Rogers. Tackle after a solid gain. It's enough for a 1st down, and that should wrap up the 1st quarter of play. We'll see if this game gets out of hand before halftime. The crucial 2nd quarter beginning right now. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. And here's the handoff. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on first down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this second down.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down, and he finds his tight end for the catch. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Here we go, third down, close to the goal line. They can still get a first down without scoring. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. You've got to be thinking about going for this on fourth and short.
That coach keeps the punt team on the sidelines for fourth down. They're going to run it. Fights off a defender. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Well, Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
Returner looking to create better field position. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on first and 10.
Important second down play coming up. And there's the handoff. And he shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Short throw complete to the tight end. Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Second down after that run on the previous play. It's a run. Running back's got it. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, I know it's not a huge gain. You didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
Caught near the sticks. It's Flanagan. And they get the conversion there. Set up now first down at the 38.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? Their own defense. Man, when I played, I used to have defensive guys come down and tell me when we'd have a long drive how much it would allow them to rest and go out and play dominant football.
They bring him down, but a solid gain there on first down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker.
Pretty good gain here by this offense, and here they are. They're getting already set to the line of scrimmage. They're ready to go. Defense better get their cleats in the ground.
Notre Dame getting set with a first and 10 coming up. Looking to throw. It's Matthews. Caught over the middle. It's Williams.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Looking to pass here on second down. Caught in the backfield. It's Young. Fighting off the defender. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down.
You can see what the offense is trying to do here with this screenplay, but they avoid disaster by at least getting a few positive yards. The defense doing a great job of anticipating the screen here.
Third and short now on the 10th play of this drive. Has a path to the end zone. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Well, they slowed the game down with a long, grinding drive to produce a touchdown. That was impressive.
What's impressive to me is the consistency. You know, it's one thing to hit a receiver and you score a big touchdown, but to be able to go and sustain drives and keep the sticks moving, that puts a lot on the quarterback and the execution of the offense, and man, did they make that look easy.
So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. Looking for a gap, it's Rodgers. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
You know, Chris, what a great run here. You think about Ohio State, you think lately about those NFL-ready wide receivers, but we all know it starts with their running games, all those great backs they've had over the years.
That deep shot is caught for a big gain. And they've got him at the 4, but a big gain on that catch and run. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. A chance to get right back into this football game. It's first down and goal. From the shotgun, handoff inside. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. So just 1 for 3 in red zone trips so far. They come up on second and goal. To throw, it's St. Clair. Caught near the goal line. He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they'll set up for the PAT. PAT is good. They still trail, though. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Return starts from inside the 5. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. First down, looking to throw the football. And he dumps it off to the tight end. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or 2 guys. Make them have to be aware of,
oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return. So here comes the first play of the drive. They'll begin at their own 46. To throw, it's St. Clair. Here's the throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. Look out, he's in the clear. They finally tackle him, but an excellent return after the pick.
Well, for defensive backs, man, they salivate for opportunities like this. Some may only get 1 or 2 a year, and he was not going to squander this chance.
Now here's the toss play. Breaks free. He's in the clear. At the 30 now. They can't stop him. Touchdown, Irish. He would not be denied. They couldn't get him to the ground.
What a long run for a touchdown. I don't know if his defense was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both, because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big-time score.
So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Oh, and he fumbles. The defense scoops it up. Here he goes. They bring him down, but a takeaway and a return. A big play by this defense.
Chris, this could end up being a critical play in this game. You know, if they don't have a chance to come back and end up winning this game, the coach could look back at this very play and wonder if things could have turned out differently, if they would have been able to hold on to the ball and
headed for the end zone. And he could not be stopped. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Oh, man, these guys will not be stopped. Talk about putting up points before halftime and then really putting some distance on the scoreboard. This defense is officially reeling.
Automatic on the PAT. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. And the running back takes the handoff. And the freshman brings him down quickly.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Notre Dame 34, Ohio State 14.
Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Eager to get something going as we begin the third quarter. Cut in to this huge lead. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Tackles made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
Just another great example, Chris, of an Ohio State quarterback and receiver combination being so dangerous. You think about it, over the last 8 or 10 years, I think Ohio State has been as consistent as anybody when it comes to the passing game and the efficiency that comes with it.
And a nice first down game there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker. Pass complete. It's second down now. Handoff here from the shotgun. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back, he just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this.
Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Oh, he's bringing it back. They finally tackle him, but what a tremendous play. The pick and then that return.
Well, this guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. Dropping back, it's Matthews. Finds his man, it's Flanagan. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. A new set of downs after that completion. QB decides to keep it here. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit. They didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
To dirt right down the middle. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's third down.
Chris, that's every quarterback's worst nightmare. A wide open receiver streaking for a touchdown. You could throw a hook shot out there, let him get underneath it, and let him run to the end zone. What a missed opportunity.
stopped right there at the line. No gain. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Returner tackle right there. That's where they'll start the drive. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. But they can't make the connection. Ball. Complete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Let's see what they can create here now to avoid a 3rd and long. And this one is caught. They break it down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a 1st down for this offense.
Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a...
He could go. They finally tackle him, but all the way down to the 20-yard line.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
Notre Dame has moved now into the red zone. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Grab behind the line. It's Young. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Notre Dame. They are pouring it on now. Now the all-important extra point. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Breaks into the clear. Ball carrier steps out, but a solid gain on the ground that time.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Caught by the receiver. That's a big hit at the end, but he earned a fresh set of downs.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a 1st down.
Here comes a handoff. Powering through. Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
2nd down play coming up. Dropping back. It's St. Clair. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. The downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, they come up with the incompletion, but I like the idea of stretching the defense. It can do so much to help out with your short to intermediate passing game, even affect the running game by making those safeties aware that you're willing to take a shot downfield.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Fourth down, looking to throw for it. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. That's a solid gain. Moves the football inside the 30 and a first down. The Buckeyes have 1st and 10 here.
First down for the offense.
Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. Fighting off the defender. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Catch made on the left side. That's a nice play. It'll set him up first down now at the 12.
With that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss. Well, they run it right into a blitz. And that linebacker was coming downhill curve.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face. Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Yeah, they run the football here. They come up with a touchdown. Obviously, this game is out of reach. But, again, they're fighting to the very end, which is always good to see.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
Ohio State, 21.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. Tackle at the 14. Not very good field position to start here.
Notre Dame Fighting Irish will take over. 1st and 10.
So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. Handoff running right. He finds some space. He's got the first and still going. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, and you got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Catch made on the out route. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
Boy, another great pass by this quarterback. You know, you really got to give a lot of credit to the offensive coordinator and the quarterback today. They protected the ball well, but maintained a calculated level of aggression in keeping this game out of reach from their opponent.
Makes the catch downfield. Breaks loose at the 40. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Irish. And the route is on.
You talk about being in the zone. This guy continues to make big plays. That's another touchdown pass for the quarterback.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. He got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away.
21.
And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field.
Here we go.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
That's caught. It's Porter. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. To the air, it's St. Clair. And he'll just throw that one away to avoid what would have been a sack.
Love the idea of the defense getting more speed on the field, whether it's nickel or dime, get as many defensive backs on the field as you can, and then sit back when you're working with this kind of lead in the fourth quarter. You don't want to give up the big play, force them to throw underneath, tackle them.
Looking to make a play deep downfield. Oh, and he very nearly threw a fourth interception today. He's going to set up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Back to throw again. The short completion of the tight end. Will gain enough to set up first down now at the 39.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Following the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 39. Defense not pressing this time. Looking right, this one caught. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
I love what the defense is doing here. Sitting back, giving up some plays underneath, tackling these guys inbounds, and just keep that clock rolling.
They come up 3rd and short. This is the 8th play of the drive. Ball handed off. As the first down is still going. Moves the ball to the 28. It'll be first down.
Well, that shows you the trust they have in their offensive line in this running game. To get to a third down, just trying to come up with a way to be able to keep this drive alive, keep hope alive that you can come back in this game. You rely on old reliable.
Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. Breaks into the open. He's at the 50. And he steps out of bounds after a great return. What a pick. Sets up the offense in great position.
Well, that interception really about cost him the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in it, down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Here's the 2nd down play. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Toss play to the outside. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Well, I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
Running with purpose. They bring him down, but that is a crucial first down. They could just run out the clock in victory formation now. This was a case of a